Hello and welcome to Newsbreak Chats. Ako po si Chai Hofilenya, ang editor ng Newsbreak. Ang Newsbreak ay ang investigative section ng Rappler. Medyo maaga ang episode natin ng Newsbreak Chats para sa buwan ng Disyembre kasi gusto namin mahuli kayo bago kayo mawala para sa inyong Christmas break. Maraming naganap nitong nakaraang taon, kaya medyo magre-review tayo at magbabalik tanaw sa mga big stories at big issues na pumutok nitong 2018. We will also try to do an attempt to look ahead sa 2019. Kaya inimbitahan natin ang ilang editors ng Newsbreak. Makakakwentuhan natin si Glenda Gloria, siya ang managing editor ng Rappler, at si Miriam Grace. Yun yung tawag namin sa kanya pag meron kaming papakiusap or iuutos. Si Gigi Go, siya naman ang aming news editor, at si Bea Cupin, siya ang lifestyle editor. Si Bea, I'm sure kung nanonood kayo ng Live Jam, familiar face na siya. Pero first time niya dito sa Newsbreak Chats. Si Gigi naman at saka si Glenda, I think pangalawang beses na, no? Samahan ninyo kami sa aming kwentuhan ngayong hapon na ito. Welcome to Newsbreak Chats, ladies.
Again.
Hello.
Thank you.
Yes. Sige, let's start. Siguro, I'll begin by asking, if you were to describe 2018 in one word, what would it be?
Oh, me.
Bea, sige,
Okay.
game.
I think it was a roller coaster. A lot of things, like, especially yesterday, I think. Yung
Yes.
sobrang, if there was a camera na nakatutok lang sa LSE team while we were lifestyle and entertainment section team, while we were covering, and even the non-LSE team members, super roller coaster just watching Miss Universe, which is a big deal in the Philippines, obviously. We'll talk about that more later. Parang ang daming unexpected things. Well, not really unexpected, but maybe like things that caught you off guard in entertainment and in lifestyle and in culture in general in the Philippines.
So for you, roller coaster.
Yeah.
Ang
And on a
2018.
personal level, roller coaster rin siya.
Uy.
Ay, ganito pala yung buhay ng entertainment at ng lifestyle section.
Oo,
She
kasi
used to be a
Correct.
political reporter.
dati
so-
siyang nag-cover ng police, tapos na...
And politician.
Yes, and politicians, and then napunta sa LSE, Lifestyle and Entertainment. G, ikaw.
Tiresome. Kasi nakakapagod.
Di ba every year yun?
Yeah, every year to tama. Every year. Pero ito yung sobrang pag-test ng perseverance mo as a person, as a journalist, and sabi nga nila, as a Filipino. Kasi every time merong nakakagimbal na nangyayari sa Pilipinas, ang sasabihin ng mga netizens, di ba, hi Pilipinas, ang hirap mong mahalin, pero andito ka pa rin. Pagod ka nga lang.
At puyat.
Puyat.
Glens.
Hindi ko alam, ang daming words, pero siguro long.
Long.
Kasi parang ang daming lifetimes na naganap. Parang looking back, di ba? January, yung closure order sa Rappler. Tapos may Time Person of the Year ang Rappler at the end of it. So parang haba nung tinahak din mismo ng organisasyon. Tapos ang daming nangyari. Parang if you look back, parang this year lang
Isang
pala to.
taon lang.
So ang haba nitong 2018. Sobrang haba.
I'm sure yung mga tao din nahabaan sa year, hindi lang tayo. No?
Oo.
Hindi ba kayo nagalit?
Dahil nga nakakapagod, parang pagod ka na rin magalit. Parang meron ka pa bang ilalabas na outrage? Or lumalabas yung outrage every time it's needed, pero it makes you tired kasi walang nangyayari.
Nabago.
No, parang to address whatever is causing the outrage.
Pero was there, okay, so roller coaster, long, tiring.
Long and tiring roller
Long and
coaster.
tiring road.
Pwedeng kumantahan.
Pero was there anything naman that happened na hindi nyo inasahan? Totally caught you by surprise?
Ako kung may second word ako sa year nga, yung pushback. I think ito rin yung 2018 nung nakita mo na medyo kahit papano, like yung Trillanes case, di ba? The court eventually ruled in favor of Trillanes. Tapos yung mga tahimik at takot nung 2016 tsaka 2017, parang naramdaman mo na lumabas sila ngayong taon na to. Konti, I mean, gano'n. So, mas, parang may konting aggressive, may pushback talaga sa mga ilang sektor na nananahimik noong 2016 at 2017. Pero siguro, dahil related na rin sa election sa susunod na taon, no? Pero, ramdam ko rin yan.
Bea?
Meron ba?
I think
Or everything was expected?
no, well, yung kung events-based lang, because I mean, entertainment, it's very cyclical, like the usual big events. But I think yung mga unexpected na like side discussions, like right now, the discussion over Catriona Gray, it's not just na, wow, she won. It's more of, what do pageants even mean nowadays? Or like, the whole discussion about her answer on poverty. Parang ang interesting din, yung parang, I don't know if is it even like tama ba yung context of people asking these questions? Are we grasping at straws, or is it but proper for us to really, for a pageant crazy country to actually even question tama pa yung
Bakit ba in the past years walang ganyang pagtatanong?
I'm not sure.
Not as critical?
I think also, I mean, I think a huge factor is social media. It amplifies things, right? Like parang kahit medyo kung baga killjoy ka, di ba? Parang it's easier now to find allies, I'm guessing, if your opinion is kind of killjoy with the whole the high over the win, right? I'm not sure. I don't know where the discussion is going. Pero parang I think it's really interesting now na people are talking about. I mean, it's interesting this whole thing, the whole Miss Universe thing. Kasi one, people started talking about culture and how Catriona literally like made sure she would be bringing tidbits of Filipino culture from all over the country, and then now we're progressing to, are we romanticizing poverty? I mean, like, did you ever imagine na a pageant would spark that kind of debate among people? And I think, I don't know the resolution of that, pero interesting lang na parang, may mga ganitong nangyayari in this world of pageants which usually people view as fluff.
Sige, balikan natin yung Miss Universe discussion na yan in a bit. G, ikaw?
Yung napansin ko, hindi naman shocking pero nakakalungkot. One is, with the changes in the leadership of the House and the Senate, and parang nakikita in the way the federalism campaign was conducted by the admin, parang you see a president who has not like gotten out of his mayor mood. Parang siguro the first year mapapagbigyan natin, he is adjusting. Pero ngayon nakita mo na he's totally not into like national level governance. He's not into strategic leadership or pushing of his agenda.
Pero parang, kung kunyari sabihin, speaking of strategic thinking, sasabihin ng iba, hindi ba ang China, halimbawa, the position that he has taken on China, hindi ba strategic thinking yun? Hindi ba geopolitical thinking yun?
I don't think, kasi nakita natin yung statements niya about China from the very start. It's really like about parang, I'm just a fan. Na gusto ko lang si China, basta so I'm giving it whatever I can give. Hindi mo siya kababakasan ng nag-iisip siya ng long-term na solution. It's galit ako sa Amerika, gusto ko yung China, so. And then nakita mo how some certain factions were able to hijack, halimbawa mga legislative agenda, yung leadership. Tapos pati yung pagpaplano ng partido niya sa kampanya para sa susunod na taon, nakikita mo na may dalawang partido, parehong nagsusuporta sa kanya, may different sets of candidates. Tapos sa opposition naman, parang after ng how vicious the campaigns, lalo na sa social media nitong administrasyon na to, parang ang bagal nyo to catch up and strategize to counter that. Parang lagi kayong reactive. So parang feeling ko it's also a key to why yung sinasabi natin kanina na may outrage na mabubuo tapos parang mapapagod ka kasi walang nangyayari. Kasi siguro naghahanap din yung mga tao ng asan yung political leaders.
Pero
na mag-hire.
Si Bea nag-cover ng opposition dati, di ba? Yung sinasabi ni Gigi na where is the opposition? Given what you know, and yung mga kakilala
Now
mo
our
doon.
viewers are confused because
Yes, correct.
and now I'm talking about yes.
Are you surprised na ganon ang
Parang mabagal yung
ang
reaction.
No,
reaction?
not really because like I remember the
Not
story
really
that
surprised or
we
not really mabagal?
Not surprised.
Okay.
Because I remember the story that we came out with 2 years ago almost na yung parang tracing what happened to the LP. Because I remember, di ba, right after the LP lost in the elections, parang the assignment was, okay, so what are they doing now? It was months of no stories because nothing was happening. But because they were really, it was really parang, kumbaga,
Shell-shocked.
oh, they were shocked. And it was really a long process of, okay, asa na tayo? Anong gusto natin gawin? Ngayon, may ano na, may structure na, may, sana naman, tatlong taon na. Pero parang, dito mo siguro nararamdaman na it took so long. Diba? Na parang,
Hanggang ngayon naghahabol pa rin.
Nag-postmort ba sila after
oo
2016?
naman. Oh, parang
Like,
halos isang taon din yun. Or isang taon din yun na pag dinilay. Tama ba yung dami ko? Hindi, pero diba it was really scrambling. Na parang your previous leaders nag-lie low muna. So you had the current elected leaders, you know, making sense of things. And it obviously took too long. I mean, they would disagree with me, obviously. But it took a while to find their bearings.
Like 3 years.
Tsaka feeling ko naman, it's not so much na hanggang ngayon naghahabol sila. Pero, syempre, dehado na sila eh. Di ba parang isang taon mong, hindi naman nila inupuan, pero isang taon kang lost or nagsascramble kung ano bang gusto natin gawin. Huling-huli ka talaga, right? Yun, siguro yun yung difficulties nila ngayon.
Sige. If you were to do a quick review of the past year, ano ba yung big 3 stories? Whether it's security or politics or lifestyle, entertainment.
Yeah.
What comes to mind very quickly?
Well, ako, to me, offhand, siguro yung Facebook, yung Cambridge Analytica scandal. Only because parang, isa rin yung shock yun, unexpected, di ba? Parang, wow, Mark Zuckerberg being forced to face the Senate being forced to testify, na-expose yung data breach ng Facebook. Yun yung talagang turning point for Facebook eh. So, it forced Facebook to be more parang transparent in its ways, even as we speak, di ba?
Yeah.
So, siguro malaki. Baka yung ouster din ni Sereno. Ngayong taon ba yun?
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was...
Parang
Haba
ang tagal
na
din, no?
Naabutan ko pa yung naabutan ko ba sa House yung
The
impeachment?
impeachment hearings.
Yeah. So, yun
ko ba
din.
yan? Ngayong taon lang
Malaking
siya.
storya si Sereno kasi malaking storya na na-appoint siya before. The first female Chief Justice of the Supreme Court.
Trailblazer.
Tapos, pinakabata. Diba? Dapat, 18 years. May hashtag pa nga na matanda na si Josh. Chief Justice pa rin siya. Diba? Pero yan, offhand yun ang mga unang local and international story na kita ko malaki.
Big story.
Kayo.
Well, the federalism campaign. Although sinabi ni Presidente yun dun sa kanyang kampanya, you would think na, di ba, parang, I thought it was parang he was in the best position to push for this campaign kasi hindi ka katulad ng past presidents na parang second half na or patapos na yung term saka ka nag-propose ng charter change so paghihinalaan ka na you just want to extend. Ikaw from the beginning may may bentahe ka na dati ko na tong agenda so sisimulan natin. Tapos biglang nagkagulo. It was poorly planned, parang walang strategy, poorly communicated. Tapos there were several groups. I think there were like 7 or 8 drafts floating around.
The House pa lang.
Tapos sa House iba, tapos biglang you have a committee created by the President na nag-create ng draft. May partido siya na may sariling think tank na nag-create ng draft. Parang hindi ba kayo nag-usap-usap? Tapos nung ni-railroad ng House yung kanilang draft, nagre-reklamo tong kabila na, bakit nyo pa kami kinonsult? Bakit parang, sir, di ba kasi alam nyo naman na consultative lang kayo. Tapos in all this, lahat pala sila halos walang transitory provisions. Yun yung pinaka magkakalma sana sa fears ng mga tao. So parang, sinayang natin yun lahat. Tapos may 50 million na information drive fund ang DILG. So paano natin yun in-spend? So parang, sinayang mo na yung opportunity. Now you're pushing it close to the elections, hindi ka na bibigyan ng tao ng benefit of the doubt na meron kang malinis na
How
intention.
about the
Diba?
return of GMA? Well, naging speaker, was that something expected or it also came as a surprise?
Siguro it only came as a surprise kasi pinilit nila before the SONA.
Oh,
Pero
just
yun,
the spectacle of it all.
But you knew that sooner or later, hindi
Pero
naman
it was a
pwedeng I'm a
rumor.
former president tapos for ordinaryong congresswoman lang ako. I think doon tayo nagulat, diba? Na parang, ay, ngayon na pala.
Ngayon na pala.
Tapos ipipilit na pala nila today. So,
The spectacle was there.
Yeah.
I think it's a
Yeah.
spectacle specialty.
at saka yung taguan naman nila ng news.
That
I
was
can laugh about it because I don't cover it anymore. But if I were covering that, it's
Naalala ko,
not
di ba,
fun.
sa newsroom, parang nangyari na to dati. Sino nga yung...
Deja vu no?
Sino yung...
Si Maceda ba yun?
Si Maceda.
Maceda.
Yeah. So, syempre, yung mga mas matatanda, merong memory nun, pero yung mga mas bata, talagang wala lang.
Parang walang maze. Nag-take siya ng oath. Tapos nasaan na yung maze? Tapos biglang...
Tapos maling maze at one point yung nilagay Senate na. Okay.
Eh, si Bong Revilla ba? Hindi ba malaking yung acquittal niya or expected din yan?
Yung acquittal niya was disappointing. Hindi ko masasabi na unexpected, pero disappointing. I mean, kasi kung may common sense ka lang, kahit hindi ka legal mind, yung evidence kasi na present, at least the evidence na na-report sa media, alam mong sa kanya pinakamalakas yung ebidensya compared to the two other senators accused of PDA plunder. Tapos siya yung na-acquit. Yung dalawa are out only because pinag-bail, pero siya acquitted talaga.
And syempre, EJ case, di ba?
Oo.
Patuloy pa rin. Patuloy pa rin siya and well, at least this year medyo nabungkal yung matagal ng bulong-bulungan na gumagamit ng vigilantes pero
Yung mga pulis.
oo, yung mga pulis. Pero ngayon, meron ng pruweba, merong mga lumabas talaga lumantad at nagbigay ng testimony and first-hand account na totoo ngang nangyayari ito. So,
I'm just wondering, for the EJ, but because it's year 3.
Yeah, third year.
Has there ever been, may sense ba na merong parang pagka-jaded na yung mga tao na parang tinanggap na lang na nangyayari? Parang may ganun ba?
parang,
Yeah, kasi I'm wondering, because
Parang-
even I think among reporters at one point, I think after year 1, na sunod-sunod na balik na parang,
Ay, meron na namang bago.
parang
Yun na
ayaw
lang.
mong aminin. I'm not saying all reporters, but like for some of the media covering na parang naging ano na lang siya na, may patay na naman. Parang may ganong sense.
and I think, the reason why ganun din, kasi meron na bang
Hopelessness.
nakulong? Meron na bang
The first conviction was the one in, diba? Yung kay Kian.
Kian.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ayan,
So,
mga
bukod,
police.
and it took how long din, Tapos tatlong
Tatlo.
police.
Pero
And
isang
how
kaso
many,
lang.
how many
I mean,
cases
isang-
yung tinitingnan?
Ang alarming din kasi is, makikita mo ang daming reports ng vigilante killings na pwedeng hindi na drug-related. Pero kita mo na na-embolden kasi yung mga kriminal. Parang we can always just say,
It's drugs.
dahil yan sa drugs or kakambal yan ng anti-drug campaign ng ano. Tapos kung sino-sino na yung natatarget. Pag may kaaway ka, gagawin mo na lang yun tapos i-invoke mo yung...
Drug
You
war.
let people speculate na related siya sa drug war.
Kasi naalala ko lang din in connection to the killing of local chief executives.
Yeah.
Parang I remember also people rallying online na parang wag tayong parang we shouldn't accept na normal lang to.
Oo.
Kasi parang wala, just
We'll see where this is headed, no? Sige, Bea, kanina, meron kang binanggit about beauty pageants.
Yeah.
Siguro balik tayo doon. So sabi mo kanina, parang this is a time when people have spoken up very quite critical, questioning also.
Because I don't remember this kind of discussion when Pia Wurtzbach won. I don't think there was that. Maybe there was a debate, but it wasn't this intense. You know, na people. I'm seeing friends unfriend each other on Facebook
Over
their
this?
debates. Yeah, on whether her questions were correct, whether they were problematic, are pageants still relevant. Nagiging personal na siya. It's kind of. It's not funny, but it's interesting. Sorry, what was the question?
So did you expect her to win?
Oh yes, of course. I mean, just
Ay, talaga?
just listen to her talk, watch her move. ano siya parang, this sounds so hokey, but if you watched her videos before the pageant coronation morning yesterday, she reminds you of Pia Wurtzbach. Na parang kita mo sa mata niya na she has to win this. Like, and she literally said that in an interview with Boy Abunda before. She doesn't even think about losing. Because she's really dead set on winning. May history pa yan because she lost Miss World. Pageant fans were super heartbroken. She was heartbroken. And then her team was like, they promised to never allow her to cry, to be heartbroken and that. May maraming drama na factor ganun. But I said nga at one point, I think what's most interesting about the narratives of these two women, the modern day, or modern Miss Universes, it's not just they're pretty, it's not just they're hot or whatever, stylish. They're very determined. Na talagang, alam mo yung hindi lang
very
to.
Very competitive.
Oo, hindi talagang I'm here to win this competition. Losing is not an option. So I think, obviously that's what binds people together na.
Pero hindi ba medyo worrisome na ang mga nananalo, yung mga beauty queens, magkakamukha na sila. Mahahabang buhok, sexy, they walk in a particular way.
Is there a certain shape of the face? Mga ganun?
I think
trained by the same people.
I think that's something people raise online also, na parang when people are saying kulang yung mga sagot, kulang yung diskurso, dapat mas ganito, dapat mas ganyan. And then fans who are also woke or, you know, parang they remind, teka lang, at the end of the day, a pageant imposes on us certain beauty standards, typically Western. Parang, in that world, ano bang parang maybe you can only do so much. Yun din yung tanong ko sa sarili ko, parang fair ba to ask more of these women? Na kailangan nuanced, kailangan ganito, kailangan di kayo takot mag-political stand. Ganun, parang,
kailangan gamitin mo
Were the questions this year more political?
No, I was talking to the people covering here kahapon. To be fair, the past years talaga, medyo pa-political. Parang may ganong shift din yung mga pageants na they really want
para
like,
maging relevant.
Economic, social issues. Like, the questions yesterday was about breast freedom. Migrants, right? Medical marijuana. Parang, and then, can you imagine if you revisit the winning answers of our Miss Universe contestants before? Margie Moran's was, if you win $1 million, what did you do with it? I mean, di ba sobrang interesting ng contrast din. So, I think...
Magandang storya pala yan, ano?
Yes, actually.
Yeah.
Si Gloria Diaz was about
the man from the moon comes back, what would you give? Or something like that. So, yeah, there's this huge shift. I know, obviously the pageant organizers are aware that it's not enough to showcase these women as pretty girls with sexy bodies.
Pero I guess naman, they're not running for president. I mean, sometimes you can be...
That's also true.
I mean, they're not running for public office. So, yung ganun nuancing din, di ba?
Ano naman ine-expect mong sagot nila, thesis?
Parang
what can you explain in a few seconds?
It's funny that we're criticizing Catriona's answers more than senatorial candidates.
Yeah.
Na parang at the end of the day, Corona at Sash lang naman, hindi naman policy maker si Catriona.
But I suppose kasi icon din
she's a symbol.
siya.
I think
ano
that's
na rin siya, magiging icon na siya.
Parang feeling ko even people who don't believe in pageants are acknowledge how powerful a symbol she can be in this country and in other countries.
The feminists would, of course, not have kind words to say about beauty pageants. They would say exploitation of women and women's rights, etc., etc.
There was a question asked during the pageant last night. I don't remember
Sino nga ba
but Catriona actually answered that. Nung nag-Boy Abunda interview siya. Her answer was something like, feminism shouldn't be putting other women down. And parang, it's not right to impose on a woman like
your own standards.
Yeah, parang what if this is how she wants to?
Feminism is empowering women.
Pero marami kasing layer dun kasi mag-argue naman na, but pageants are in a position of masculine standards of women, society, whatever. Ang dami niyang layers actually. Like, once you ask one question, sunod-sunod na yun. Na, yun.
Interesting yung point sinabi mo na parang we scrutinize a beauty contestant's answers more than we do the statements of senatorial candidates. Tama lang. Parang I also saw somebody post on Facebook na yung mga contestants nga sa Miss Universe nakapagtapos ng ganitong degree, may nagawang ganitong advocacy, etong mga tumatakbong senador ngayon, parang
And it's tough to be a beauty queen. I mean, like any, not just a woman, any person would, buckle under the pressure of showcasing your physical attributes to everyone. Tapos tatanungin ka pa ng mga difficult, nuanced questions, and you have 45 seconds to answer.
Tell us about Miss Spain.
Oh, I think that's also interesting in the whole Miss Universe pageant na it was only revised in 2012, the rule na, may rule pala na gano'n na only natural-born women are allowed to join. And I think it was very touching na she didn't make it to the top 20. So obviously the organization wasn't just pandering na just cause, you're a historic contestant, kailangan makapasok. So wala silang gano'n. But still, they prepared this really naiyak kami dito. Or baka ako lang yun. Naiyak kami dito. Because it was very touching na parang she knew her role in the pageant. Ang ganda ng line yung I don't need to win Miss Universe, I just need to be here.
Yeah.
And I think that was, yun nga parang ang daming contradictions ng Miss Universe. Kasi parang at the end of the day, it's a pageant. It's about imposing certain standards on women, be it natural-born or transgender women. Pero parang meron ka mga itong moments na parang the first transgender woman.
Parang it's an evolving
Was she
pageant,
the
diba?
first?
She's the first.
Kahit 2012 na list
Yeah,
yung
kasi you can't pick naman, you have to win your national pageant first. So she won Miss Spain.
Yeah.
And then, it's really interesting. Actually, ang daming, parang feeling ko din pageants now always highlight the personality of the woman. Like, parang ang daming interesting. I'm pursue namin mamaya. They're interesting na mga side stories like Miss Vietnam. Like, they have all these super interesting stories. Na she was born to an ethnic minority. Na she talked about this yesterday. Na parang in their minority, parang you have to marry early. She didn't want to, so she escaped. May mga ganong.
She became a domestic
Yeah, and then she worked her way up. May mga
Updated si
ganong
Gigi.
Oo nga eh.
interesting because it also goes viral. So yun. Anyway, it's just like it's an interesting jump-off point for discussions.
I wonder though, Miss World ba yung hindi na magsuswimsuit?
Miss World is the one that jumped the swimsuit.
I wonder
But
if
Miss America also jumped.
kung magkaroon ng ganong trend na wala ng swimsuits, wala ng gowns, if they will be as commercially viable.
Oh,
Ay,
and
magaganda.
but I think also if you read one of our contributors, si Walter Taya, when he writes about pageants, there's always that consciousness that at the end of the day, it's a business. Hindi naman to like, we're doing it for the sake of, right? You have to pay for the whole Thailand stay, diba? Parang, the money that you need to fund this extravagant event. That's actually an interesting question. If you remove the gown competition, which people look forward to, pero kasi may purpose din siya. Like, kunwari, I think what Catriona did, not to say the other queens didn't do this, because they always showcase Filipino talent. But Catriona is so thoughtful, na parang talagang she went around the country. She didn't need to do this. She's an extra girl. She went around the country, and then she took elements from like not each tribe, or not each province, obviously. Pero parang parating may element of a Philippine representation in all her outfits. Yeah. So, yun lang, ang interesting. Clothes, sabi nga ng The Devil Wears Prada. Yung damit kasi hindi lang yun mababaw eh. Parang clothes carry meaning also. Yeah. And I think it's interesting that the Miss Philippines, Catriona, took that to heart. She ran away with it.
Okay.
I'm talking too much
Interesting.
about that.
Sige. So 2018 is coming to a close, and then we're approaching 2019. It's a election year and midterms na midterm na rin ni Duterte. Ano ba yung mga stories na babantayan? Dapat bantayan?
The Bangsamoro plebiscite.
Yeah.
Before the elections ng midterm. Glenda would know more about Mindanao.
Well, but aside from the Bangsamoro, baka China. Only because malaking storya din ng China this year kasi. So, vis-a-vis time for reckoning, ang dami mong commitments, ang dami mong pledges, natutulungan mo ang Duterte administration, marami kang investments, build. So, yeah,
whether
time
China
to
will deliver.
Yeah. Will China deliver? Will China continue to occupy that space in Duterte's heart and mind? So yun, yung sa Bangsamoro naman, yun, challenge yun sa MILF kasi it's a very old, sorry, they're my friends, but it's an old leadership and unfortunately,
Wala bang upcoming, younger, promising leaders?
oo, yung mga promising kasi napunta na sa sa extremist factions of the MILF. So, yun yung challenge nila ngayon. Governance is different from, rebellion. So, they have to win the yes vote first. Then after that, but that's within martial law situation in Mindanao. Tapos may election ka pang darating. So, medyo magulo yun. And of course, elections yung thing to watch out for. Pero to me, China siguro yung parang testing year. Parang medyo hindi, parang romansa siya from 2016 to 2018. Yung 2019 medyo, people will start asking and demanding for more show of love beyond.
Accounting na to.
Yes.
Is this for real? Are there false promises?
Sa mga issues kasi about foreign relations, people normally are not that interested, they're not that involved sa usapan, pero pagdating sa China and it involved the West Philippine Sea, makikita mo yung sentimento ng tao that they express their protest.
Diba?
Oo. Kahit sa social media or men on the street, yun ang makikita mo. And it always reflects dun sa regular surveys ng SWS that China is among the least trusted countries by Filipinos. And I think that sooner or later, kailangan makita kung how the Duterte administration is handling this, na sobrang pro-China nung leadership mo, pero yung nasasakupan mo, yung constituents mo, they don't trust that country. Yun nga, parang napaka-emotional ng teritoryo yung pinag-uusapan, tapos nasa magkabilang extremes yung position ng leaders mo sa kanong pinamumunuan. So,
Tsaka siguro, yung isang for the first quarter of next year is the ICC. Parang sinasabi nila na baka may mangyari because March will be it will mark the exit of the Philippines from the ICC. So, we will be watching that closely as well. Bea, sa lifestyle, ano ba?
Ano
bang bagong trends?
Election yung nasa utak ko na.
Anong bagong trends?
Projects, but I can't reveal that. No, but what I'm just in the connection to the elections, like how celebrities will obviously be a big factor. Like,
Kagamitan pa ba sila?
There's this popular singer now, wink wink. Ayoko muna no, she's gonna endorse a senatorial candidate. From the get-go, she already said na I will be endorsing the Sun.
But does it still work? I mean,
I think it does especially. I think if you look at the AB, maybe they won't care. But if you're talking about like drawing crowds, intense yun na. Because I remember during 2016 elections, we would never see the artista endorsers of the Liberal Party because they had their own sorties. They don't campaign with a candidate because they campaign separately. It's a different machinery.
But does that work? Kasi di ba ang purpose is for the celebrity to be seen
yes,
with the candidate?
Exactly.
Hindi sila proxy campaigners
ayun na yung
dapat.
operational issue ng LP.
I guess
Ayun ang mga
Eugene
pagkakamali
natalo
nila.
nung-
Kaya natalo sila. Dapat advisor ka nila, G.
Yes. But more than the usual big stars, the usual like the star-studded endorsements. I want to see how politicians tap micro endorsers this year. The micro influencers, sorry. Because
on social media, you mean?
Because they weren't that big in 2016, right? It was mostly like you had one or two mega influencers in the Philippines. Pero parang now, nag-creep in na sa Philippines yung nangyayari na abroad many years back. Like, these people have 10,000 followers. That's not a lot, but in their sphere of following, they're super influential, right?
But the question nga there pa rin will those be converted into votes?
Yes.
Or is that just all noise on social media?
Exactly. Parang trending ka lang, pero it doesn't convert. But it's interesting kasi
Pero tama ka. I think that will be the new
kasi we
game
weaponize
now.
already several influencers, right? So
Tsaka hindi na uso kasi nga yung big names. Hindi naman sa hindi uso, but the big artistas going there, that's been tried, that's been tested.
Yeah. I mean, feeling ko politicians.
Saka
would
YouTube
want to
generation
try.
tong bulk ng voters mo. So,
And then it's gonna be interesting how they use social media also. Kasi like, 2016, you already had Facebook Live and everything. But now, di ba, parang mag-IG stories ba yung mga
Although,
yan?
ang sinasabi pa rin nila is TV will still
Traditional,
be
yeah.
the major
Of course.
medium of communication.
Of course.
More than social media.
But it's gonna be, on a personal level, it's interesting because right now I'll be focusing on the celebrity side
Yes.
and not so much the politician side. So it's interesting how we'll be following that also.
So, will 2019 be better or worse than 2018?
Silver lining daw, sabi ni Catriona.
pwedeng yun ang hashtag natin for 2019.
Silver lining 2019.
That's so nice.
Meron nga ba?
I think it will be better because 2018 has really been a bad year. Bad in the sense that yun, roller coaster siya, ganyan. I think there's yun, an element of pushback nga. Parang finding your voice. May ganong observation. And then, even like the tech giants such as Facebook is being scrutinized. So, kita mo na hindi lang naman Pilipinas yung may ganong pushback. May effort talaga to actually maybe reclaim the old space that we lost. But will be successful is another matter altogether. So, yun. And the elections always will subject the ruling party to, maski mananalo pa rin sila eventually, it will create a platform for criticism. So parang kumaga avenue mo pa rin yun. So maski matalo ang mga the likes of sige na nga, hindi na ko na sasabihin, pero kumbaga hindi mismo yung who's gonna win, but what issues will be raised and will be amplified in this election.
I don't need to win, I just need to be here.
Oh,
I just need to be there.
You should know your
Kung
role.
sana ganun ang tingin ng opposition. Ay, okay.
Yung implication nun kasi. Okay, sige.
Yung ano din, kasi na di ba ang election sabi nila, that's the only time that the ordinary citizen is empowered. Really empowered. Kasi kahit isang boto ako, may power tong boto ko. Sana yung mga hindi openly nag-a-admit that they regret some decisions they made in 2016, they will make it known sa boto nila in 2019.
So, will the likes of Harry Roque and Bongo win?
Marami kasing factors kailangan bago manalo, di ba? It's really not just the president's endorsement. Lagi nga nating sinasabi, it's how you are organizing in the grassroots to make sure the popularity and the awareness translate into vote. And hindi mo yun maaasahan sa isang partido taking care of an entire slate. Talagang magkakanya-kanya kayo ng trabaho. So it's a matter of you choosing the right people to, I don't know, organize for you
Pero ang tanong ni Chay, mananalo daw ba si Harry Roque?
Myla is my friend. I think I've written in my newsletter a few times about what can make a senatorial candidate win without specifying if it would be like from the opposition or the admin. So, basahin nilang nila tapos if you can still get copies of How to Win an Election, ask Ateneo to reprint. Yeah.
Sige. Do I get the sense na all three of you are more hopeful about 2019 because we're coming from such a horrible base year of 2018?
Ako, I'm really hopeful Kasi, may mga, yung level of scrutiny kasi, maski ng buong mundo, well, paatras din yung mga ibang bayan, pero yung level of, medyo agitated din yung public mo, so, mas intense yung scrutiny mo. Miss Universe nga, ini-scrutinize ang sagot ng poverty, di ba? So, may ganon na, kasi yung 2018, dun lumabas yung masamang tool ang social media. Pero, so, we went through that parang valley of death. Pero I think parang pag ganun tayo kahit papano. But it's not gonna be a perfect or probably even a good year, but probably a bit slightly better than what we're ending this year.
Bea.
We ended on a good note though, on a Rappler level.
Well, of course,
on a
of course.
national- I mean, like,
Yeah.
the country
Of course.
I know, mag-philosophize ako. Hindi, joke
Sige,
lang.
go.
I hope hindi for us. Like, no, kasi parang if you don't hope, paano na, lagapak ka daw.
Philosophy of hope.
Ano yan, Jesuit
Marcelo.
philosophy?
Yeah.
Diba yun nga, parang even if we said nakakapagod, or you're still standing, you're still here, hindi lang tayo, pati yung mga tao, diba? Parang, so I guess it means we're all hopeful that something gets better in the next year.
Okay, maraming salamat sa inyong
Sa
mga
ating
kuda.
hopefulness.
Thank you very much for listening and joining in our discussions. Next year na ulit ang Newsbreak Chats, and we're ending on a very, very hopeful note because 2018 was really a tough and challenging year. So there's no way to go but up, I guess. Thank you very much for joining us.